Jennifer Bonjean, starting by reminding the jury because of Kelly's celebrity, they're not the blank slate jury Kelly is entitled to. Bringing up the pseudonyms used by women who testified to sex abuse by Kelly, his defense said Kelly deserves to be viewed as a John Doe too, reminding jurors of the government's burden to prove all 13 charges against Kelly individually, while calling two of the government's key witnesses liars and criminals. Both testified with immunity, no fear of prosecution. In regards to the women who testified to sex abuse, Kelly's defense said there's no room for mob-like thinking in a courtroom, regardless of the, quote, just believe women era we're in, urging the jury to consider their testimony and the charges carefully.
Kelly's defense says the prosecution's case relies on the testimony of perjurers and blackmailers, noting many of the witnesses testified with immunity to ensure they wouldn't be charged with previously lying to authorities, alleging they came here to, quote, tell the government's version of the truth.
4 female witnesses who were key in this trial. Their memories are decades old, and also ask why didn't they come forward in 2008? Of course, in 2008, there was a critical trial here, state court trial in Chicago, and now this federal trial hinges on a lot of what happened in the story in that 2008 trial.
Speaking directly to those witnesses, Charles Freeman and Lisa Van Allen, right after the case went to the jury.
2 witnesses said Daryl McDavid did something wrong, and those 2 witnesses lied. Their lies were proven by their statements in the past. Lies were proven by other witness testimony, other government witness testimony.
Daryl McDavid's lawyers' closing arguments had a theme we've heard throughout this trial. How McDavid only ever acted through the request of the nationally acclaimed lawyers and investigators he hired to be Kelly's team. People who McDavid's defense say never would have risked their careers and reputations to cover up child porn, committing crimes themselves. Those men, entertainment attorney Jerry Margolis, private investigator Jack Palladino, and criminal defense attorney Ed Jensen. All of those men have died. McDavid is the only one alive who can testify to the details and incidents he had. Wrapping up by saying the government promised clear proof and, quote, they didn't give you what they promised. Use your verdict. We heard the least about Brown throughout the trial, something his defense focused on right off the bat in closings. His defense detailing promises the prosecution made regarding evidence they claimed would show Brown was guilty, but insisted the only thing the government showed throughout the trial was proof Brown was doing his job, the same way many others working for Kelly at that time were doing theirs.
An attorney for R.Kelly spoke today and essentially told jurors to look at R.Kelly as someone with humanity and not to buy in to prosecutors' portrayal of him as a monster. She said the prosecutors relied on witnesses who were admitted liars, and some of whom were blackmailers. The prosecution case is grounded on faulty witnesses, and jurors should come back and acquit R. Kelly.